welcoming you back on this cold December evening
It is freezing.
to the Garden Shed podcast.
And unfortunately, we can't have the heater on. It'll be a little loud.
This is cold. What am I doing?
The fire's not working. Isn't the fire supposed to be on?
What the fuck?
Damn fire doesn't work. Producer's fired.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching, subscribing, telling your mothers, telling your aunts, grandmas, cousins.
Wait, real quick. I know we don't normally talk about the episode number, but isn't this 20?
Episode 20.
I think we're on 20. That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Dang, man. 20.
It only took like 10 years.
Should be at like 58.
We're getting there. How was your, let's go through what we missed. Halloween. How was your Halloween?
Halloween was pretty cool.
We spent a little bit of that together.
Yeah, we did a little bit of partying, right?
That was fun. Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving was good, man.
What'd you guys do?
Solid day. I spent half the day cooking. I made a badass
Chef Jay. By the way, Jay makes phenomenal food. Stop. He's gonna make a great husband someday. So Alyssa, if you're not gonna put a ring on it, I will.
Dude, I made pumpkin pie, apple pie. It was actually an apple pear pie.
Oh, those are good. I don't like pears like on its own, you know.
It was like half
pear and apple,
half
like that's
pear. It was
pretty
probably
good.
like 2/3 apple and then some pears in there and then cinnamon.
That
and
sounds
stuff.
good, actually. Yeah.
It came out pretty good. But the crust was a homemade recipe from Grandma. That took me
Grandma Jay
2 hours to perfect because I'd buy a rolling pin and shit. It was awesome.
Wow, you're becoming quite the chef too. I see.
Made like a green casserole, and then we came over here and we had a huge dinner. What'd you do?
Well, Halloween, I was like, what did I do? I worked. I got stuck with bar duty. No one really
I
goes to the
worked
bar
on
on
Halloween too.
We had karaoke, and some people actually came and did karaoke, and I was like, this is weird. Why are you guys doing this?
What?
I wouldn't be here if I wasn't working, so like...
On the 31st.
Yeah, I was like, whatever.
What'd they sing?
I don't know.
Like
when I came
shit?
in, no one was even playing Halloween music, so I came in for the closing shift, and I like switched the music over, and everyone was so excited. I literally just put on like a generic Halloween playlist on Spotify. They were like, thank you for changing it. And I was like, yeah, of course. I was like, whatever. And then, yeah, they did karaoke, and it was not specific to anything. And then they did like a costume contest.
You gotta do spooky karaoke if you go on Halloween.
Yeah, I don't know. You'd think they're just doing regular. Thanksgiving.
I don't know.
Thanksgiving was good. Just like with my family, we didn't like go do anything with like the greater family or anything.
No,
like
I just
that.
have time at
Kinda
home.
Easier that way, kind of simpler. Although my mom was a little mad I didn't help cook because I went to the gym because you know me and my gym, and it closed at like 2 or 3. So I was like, I gotta go before lunch.
Yep.
So I gotta get it in. And then they're calling me at the gym. They're like, we're gonna start eating without you to get back here. Like I was like 2 minutes away. So I was like, okay,
nah.
I'm on my way. And then I get back and they didn't even have the table set. So I was like, you're not actually about to eat. Like you guys are so dramatic.
Mom, I'm coming.
You went to Vegas.
I went to Vegas.
Let's talk about
I went to the
some of your
Sphere.
experience with that. Yeah.
I actually went at a really cool time. It was when they were setting up the F1 track on the strip in like downtown.
Uh-huh.
And part of it seemed like the end of the race where you like cross the finish line and like there's like a winner's circle and there's like stands for the crowd.
Yeah.
That was right next to the Sphere.
Oh, that's cool.
And there was like all aluminum.
I assume right now we've been playing some video. Maybe it's the full screen or right here.
Dude, I got a bunch of...
Jay's phone is recording though. So
I got Sphere footage. It's up there. I got a bunch. And I got footage of that, what I'm talking about for the F1 track.
That's cool.
It was cool. It was like
Yeah.
on the strip and then on this other road that went to the Sphere. I don't fucking know what it's called. But
Yeah.
there was like barriers everywhere and like aluminum shit up with lights. And it was like, in 2 days, there's going to be like our F1 race. We were all like,
Whoa.
oh, that's kind of sick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then, yeah, we just good family time. And then we did the Sphere. I don't know.
You said you went to some kind of like show and it felt like little National Geographic-esque.
It's called Postcards from Earth. Peep game right here. I mean, these people land in a spaceship and it's like, Earth 2,000 years from now, blah 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 blah. It's like an epic story, right?
Oh.
And then it's only like a small portion of the screen, and we were all like, "What the fuck, dude? We paid for a sphere." And then
So it felt like you went to a movie theater inside of like
yeah,
a
it was
big
like just a
IMAX, and you're
TV,
like,
and we were like,
"What?"
"Okay, better pick up here." And then you start zooming into Earth, and then Earth just like fucking took over the whole thing, and it became like,
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
and it just got pretty cool from there. It was like elephants were stomping around, and the seats would vibrate, shit like that. Like it was pretty cool. I just wish it was longer. It'd be cool to see a concert or a movie there as opposed to a 50
who was
minute
it? The
show.
Who? Like the Who played a show there?
U2.
Or U2, yeah. I thought that'd be pretty cool.
That was more. Those tickets were way more, but the postcard from Earth show was the cheaper one because it's like a movie.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to kind of experience
But
it.
there's a part 1 to the Sphere. So like once you get into the building, they call it a next generation of technology of AI and robots and all this shit. It was so fucking lame. I was so pissed because I overhyped it for the group I was with.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, you guys, I've seen it on YouTube. This is gonna be the sickest fucking thing ever.
We're living in the future.
And we're all just like, okay, this is okay.
Oh,
Like, fuck.
dang.
You had a long ass line to like go talk to a robot,
Yeah.
which was like, Sophia, the AI robot. It was basically kind of like that. They had like 4 of those that you could go talk to and ask questions, and it'd be like, okay. It was like, yeah, cool, you're a robot. That was like all they had, and then you go watch the show.
Oh.
So it was whatever.
Yeah, that's, I don't know.
Oh, they had this 3D thing. You stand on a platform, and it takes 3D. There's cameras everywhere, and it takes a picture of you, and then you
Full
like
360.
choose an animation that you want. So like the one I chose, I don't know.
You choose Spider-Man?
Alyssa and I are standing. I'll put it up here. Alyssa and I are standing on top of the sphere, and like it zooms in from hell far away, and then her and I are like going like this, like.
Okay, that's cool. There you go.
But the animation on it or the camera quality is so bad. I was like, dude, we paid good money for this next generation tech.
It's like an old like camcorder. Yeah.
Dude, it was bad. It was like a shitty GoPro.
Oh.
But the show itself, I thought was cool. I think as a venue, as an idea, I think it's going to be copied more and more. Like there's going to be more spheres.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because the outside itself is like, 1, it looks cool, and 2, it's huge for marketing. It was they had the Miss Marvel or the Marvels ad, this ad, that ad, constant ads going, Sphere ad. The outside looks really bitchin'.
You sent me some videos of that.
But as you get closer, you can just see it's like these big old lights like that big. Each light on it is like that big. So if you're standing right here, it looks like shit, and it's super bright. You're like,
oh, interesting.
But then as you get farther away, it looks better.
It'd be like if you had a TV screen and you took off the front, and you were just looking directly in the lights. You'd be like, what?
Yeah. So once you get farther away, you can see it.
You're only seeing like each pixel.
Mm-hmm. But I kind of liked the outside. Just walking around it was so fun and cool. And then I was a little bit let down for the show. Because I'd seen a million YouTube videos about it. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be the biggest show ever. And it was like, okay, it was cool.
It was okay. Well, I went to California.
Yeah, baby.
Went to Long Beach. Got to go to a rave. Here, let's see if we can find some fun footage. It was at the Queen Mary. 70. I assume you've been to the Queen Mary a couple times.
No, I haven't been on it, but I've been to it, I think.
Let's see what we got. Oh, well, here's some fun pictures, too, from Venice
I've been to Long Beach a couple times. I love Long Beach.
When I was at Venice Beach, they were actually shooting a film, and they had the girl dressed up in full Barbie attire, and they were, like, literally, like, shooting scenes from the movie.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know if it was, like, a music video, but then I saw that, too, like, a little art installation, a bunch of Barbies. Just, like, chilling in the sand at Venice.
Oh, Venice and Santa Monica, dude, the beach is massive, right?
Yeah.
It's like a mile of sand before the water.
Get from like Venice all the way to Santa Monica. I didn't know that. My girlfriend said that she's done that before. She'll like literally has like done the walk. And then I think I might have sent you this, or you might have seen it on my Snap story. But isn't that no Photoshop or anything? Like that's literally like an image I got at Redondo.
That's
Beach.
Just how it looks.
was gorgeous.
That's how California is.
Like,
bro.
I'm used to like sunsets like that in New Mexico, so I was almost surprised to see.
So imagine, New Mexico sunsets with the fucking ocean right there.
Oh, I know, it's gorgeous,
unreal.
So the rave we went to was zombie apocalypse. So they had zombie scare actors walking around, and they had like all kinds of cool set stuff.
Were they good actors, like Walking Dead? Like,
kinda, depending on the actor and when you got them. I think a lot of them were more there just like if you want to take pictures and stuff. But they were acting all like.
Were they rolling balls
in
too?
between?
No, I'm just kidding.
Probably, honestly. Let's be honest. So here's one. I'll just show you like a short little clip. I don't have the volume too loud so we don't get copyrighted. But you can see literally the Queen Mary's right there.
Whoa!
Literally, we were partying next to it. And if you went to the after party, it was on the Queen Mary. And it was sold out. I wanted to get tickets for the Queen Mary.
Looks like that fucking Titanic, dude.
Yeah, it was sick. Well, the Titanic and the Queen Mary are the same class.
There's one in San Diego. I don't remember what it's called.
In San Diego?
It's Queen something.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway.
That's cool, though. Have you been to the Queen Mary, though, or no?
No, I've been, drove by.
Drove by, you haven't gone in?
Been on
It's really cool if you go
Isn't
in.
it haunted,
they
like
actually used
tour
it during World War One. It was used as a battleship. They installed guns on it and like actually used it for war stuff.
Isn't it haunted though?
That's what everyone says. Currently, okay, I'm telling you, as I'm kind of telling our audience a little bit right now too. As we talked about in the last episode, I was thinking about starting my own separate YouTube channel since that's what you have been kind of trying to do. I'm like, I should do the same thing. So I got some footage from the Queen Mary,
niches.
And I'm gonna start doing like a haunted series. I want to go to like the most haunted places in the world, so I won't give away too much. But I have a video coming on the Queen Mary.
Can I do it? Can I be involved?
Well, I already filmed most of it. You can be there for part of it if you want.
No,
to.
but I mean for future
stuff.
Can we go do haunted shit?
Well, there's places here in New Mexico we could go to.
I know.
Or you can come out to California because I'm also gonna drop. I'm moving to California in about 2 months, so Jay's gonna have to come out with me.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry.
I was just telling Aris how much my life sucks and he's my only friend. And then he's like,
His life
okay,
doesn't suck.
I'm
He's
moving.
Fine. He has a wonderful girlfriend. He has a great family.
No, I like my job. My girlfriend's the best.
I thought you were going to say my girlfriend's fine.
No, she's absolutely, she's my, dude, she's fucking, you know how she is. She's awesome.
And your mom's amazing.
Dude, my mom is.
Your mom's like a mom to me.
I'm trying to think of adjectives. That's why I'm misleading because I'm like, they fucking suck. No. I'm trying to think of a good.
As they're literally like our main audience people.
Adjective. No, dude, my mom's incredible. Yeah.
When your mom helped you put your life back together after you came back from California, so.
Oh yeah, she certainly did.
Your mom's amazing. We wouldn't have met if it wasn't for your mom.
But honestly. I've been thinking about Vegas or Cali. I want to move back soon.
Yeah.
This New Mexico chapter is about done.
I think so. It
fucking sucks in Albuquerque,
but in the meantime,
New Mexico. Do not move here.
Let's get some hot spots here in New Mexico because it is one of the oldest
There's cool
places in the country.
I don't want to disrespect
Santa Fe is the oldest capital city in the country. I mean, there's all kinds of haunted spots.
Wow. I'm just kidding.
Like, I know when I lived out there was people that would talk about like this spot you could go to where supposedly La Llorona was there. Because, that's like the little like Mexican scary ghost.
I actually heard the area we live in from this native girl that I met in Starbucks or trained her a long time ago. She was like, Bernalillo and Rio Rancho have like, it's like a spiritual epicenter.
Oh, haven't
there's
I told
like
you?
A tear in the fabric of reality.
Haven't I told you about that before?
Demons come out in Bernalillo.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's a lot. But as far as like the Native American, that's where I thought you were going to go with this. My family, because they do a lot of the like shamany spiritual stuff. Found out that area of like Rio Rancho Bernalillo is like a Native American like war zone. Like there was battles fought there, and there's mass graves.
That's where we are right now.
Yeah. So there's definitely ghosts. I'm like, you want to go to a haunted place? My own house. All the time. I walk in and I'm getting shot with like an arrow. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You've been dead. You're dead. Why are you shooting arrows at me? Yeah. That's just a daily for me though.
Is that how they died?
In a war? Yeah, probably. Probably two
so
like
what's
different
up with
native
ghosts?
groups.
Aris, tell me what you know about ghosts. Because can we just take it there?
We're talking about ghosts.
Delayed spooky episode. I got questions.
Okay. Well, what are some questions?
So we've been watching like, The Haunting at Hill House, Haunting at Bly Manor.
I haven't seen any of them.
And it seems like, so what's the deal with like getting stuck in purgatory and having unfinished business? Is everybody a ghost? Does everybody move on?
Well,
What is going on with a ghost?
What I found is a lot of people, I think, don't want to accept that they've died, so they don't want to move on, or they maybe feel like they've done stuff that was bad, and they think they're gonna like maybe go to like some equivalent of hell.
So they're clinging on.
Yeah.
Denial.
Or maybe they feel like they want to stay here for like a friend or family member. Like they're like, well, I'm gone, but I still need to like watch out for them.
So whoa! You have the option to not fully go.
Call it an option, I suppose.
Wow.
I think sometimes they get stuck though,
because
let's say you wanted to stay, like you're like a parent or grandparent, and then eventually your kids or grandkids are going to get old and they're going to die, but you're kind of stuck because it's almost like your window to leave kind of came and went, and it's like, wait, how do I leave now? Like I stayed here for these people and I can't now. Or maybe you realize like, shit, I'd rather go to like purgatory or hell than like be stuck on earth for all of eternity. Like it's time to go. You can't leave maybe. So that's where you need someone like a shaman to kind of come along and actually open like a portal for them to actually leave. Because I think sometimes they don't know how to leave. I think they're presented with the option, and then if they don't take it, I think sometimes they get stuck. Now, I don't know that for sure, right? I don't really talk to ghosts to find out, like, why are you still here? But a lot of times it'll just be, simply like, I don't want to go. Like,
or could you?
Do what?
Do people talk to ghosts and ask those kinds of questions?
Yeah, people do. That's kind of stuff that my parents do sometimes, but they're not really mediums per se. They usually just try to move them on.
Like, how come we don't have any definitive answers on that?
Because I think our science is not advanced enough to be able to detect it. I agree. Right now, I think people...
Okay, but in a medium sense, like, forget science, like, from you guys.
Oh, well, I mean, I wasn't born with the ability. I had to gain the ability. I don't know what the right word would be.
Really?
So I started meditating, working with my soul, and then I had to actually do some past life regression work because there was kind of blocks in my Akashic record, as it's called, that was preventing me from being able to see and hear stuff.
See and hear stuff from...
Or feel it or whatever, yeah.
The other side?
Just in general, yeah. So, I mean, I hate to say that it's not just from the other side per se, because there's also elementals. So think like elves, gnomes, fairies, sprites. Those exist. You also have like...
And how, though? In what sense? Where are they?
Just all around us all the time, probably.
How are they? So they're here...
I don't really see those, though, in fairness. My sister does. She's more in touch with nature. She'll talk to trees.
So help me understand that. Help the audience and I understand these kind of things. No.
Sometimes it's hard to explain for someone that doesn't experience it, though. And I think for me, what was a big moment in
I've experienced
going
a lot
from I don't know if I believe this to I think I do believe this was when I was doing a full moon ritual. So I was dating a Wiccan for a while, and I was trying out that whole witchy stuff. Didn't really like it, but I was...
So that's way different than just general...
I don't know if it's way different. It
being
depends.
Like recepting like spirituality or what?
I think it's sort of an avenue is how I would explain
it.
I think there's a whole plethora of ways that you could go about your spirituality and interacting with something like being a psychic or being intuitive or being empathic or being a medium even. And I think a lot of people are drawn towards witchcraft for the aesthetics and stuff like that. And I don't think that's good or bad. I think it's just a choice. But you can say the same thing with Christianity, with Islam, with Buddhism. I think people are drawn to this in a different way.
It's like an identity and a culture.
Yeah. And I think there's not really as much of an identity and a culture with being like a shaman per se. Now, if you were like a medicine man in a Native American tribe, or like a shaman in like Siberia, that's different. Like, yeah, there is. In America, history. Not really. Yeah, I mean, my dad does Peruvian shamanism, but he doesn't even speak Spanish. He's never even been to Peru. I've been to Peru and speak more Spanish than my dad, but he's a Peruvian shaman. Like, explain how that makes sense, right?
Your dad is?
But it's more of the lineage that they do. Like, I know your dad did shamanism.
So my dad was like a Peruvian shaman.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like almost like a lineage, you could say. So it's teachers from there taught people from America that taught my dad's teacher. So
That's
Anyway,
crazy, man.
I didn't know if I believed in all this stuff, and I was trying to work with my deity because in Wicca they believe that you have like a male and female deity. And I was trying to work with Odin, the Norse god.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, he seems cool. He's like the god of like knowledge and stuff. Like, let me see if I can interact with him. And I had 2 candles on my altar, one to represent the female and one to represent the male. And his candle was like literally singeing. You could hear the sound of it singeing and melting. Like in the other candles in the room, there was a bunch of candles.
It started hauling ass?
None of the other candles they were just chilling. His candle was like this, like the flame. And you could literally hear and it was melting. You could literally watch the candle melting. It was like someone had a fucking torch on it.
It was full of phosphorus and magnesium.
And then what's funny is there was an instant burner right next to it. And that instant burner went from just kind of like this to like swirling. Like it was a fucking being sucked up by like a vacuum or something. It looked like there was like a blowtorch of heat going on in that candle. And I was like, okay, so clearly he has a message for me.
Who were you with during that? What did that experience look like?
I was in my bedroom during like the night because it was, the moon and all that. It was cold though. It was around this time of year. So that's why we didn't go outside and do it. Otherwise you'd normally probably want to be outside.
I was like, yeah.
But it was like December, January. So it was really cold. We did it in my room. And I was there with my girlfriend at the time. Her name was Kelly. And she was really into Wicca, but I kind of knew more about it. Ironically, even though she kind of wanted to be Wiccan, I liked reading. So I think she was getting fascinated with it, but I was reading book after book after book. Like I wanted to understand what is Wicca, what is witchcraft, what is spirituality. So I was like, I know how to do a full moon ceremony. I know how to do a full moon ceremony based on reading books. I mean, as much as you can from that, right? But I was like, let me lead it. So anyway, she's in the room with me and she watches this and she sees it and she's also like, what the heck? Like that's weird. And we're like, the air conditioner's not on. Doors closed, the window's not open, so this is not like being explained to me how this is happening right now. But I'm trying to communicate to him because he's like the god of runes, and runes are so hard to communicate with because it's just symbols. So then I gave up and I was like, I'm just gonna ask my mom. She's a medium, so I'm just like, Mom, can you just tell me what he's trying to say? She's like, it was late at night. She's like, I'm tired. It's gonna be kind of hard, but let me see. She tries to focus, and she's like, it's a little muddy, but basically he's saying, and my mom had no context. I didn't tell my mom what happened in that room, right? I just said, Odin's trying to talk to me. I think, can you just communicate to me what he's trying to say? And my mom said this: don't mess with this kind of stuff if you don't believe in it. Because if you are, you're either going to hurt yourself or you're just wasting your time. Either you believe it or you don't. But moving forward, don't ever do this type of work again if you don't actually believe it. I shouldn't have to come down to 3-dimensional reality and fuck with a candle to talk to you. And after that moment, I said, okay, I believe. I am a believer. My mom didn't know what happened in that room. She didn't know about my doubts. She had no idea about any of that. So I was like, that was it for me.
But then she did know.
She knew once Odin told her, not because I told her.
Oh.
And I was like, this is weird.
So she said Odin told her?
Yeah.
That's how it came to her?
She just channeled Odin or like told me what he was saying, basically.
Wow. So
that's where I was like, I guess I believe in this.
So what do you really think is going on with that? It was Odin real, or is that just how we have
I think
built it out?
Okay, so I've worked with archangels too, and I've even worked with like Jesus and Mother Mary. I think they're just beings of light. I think there's some beings that aren't of light, but I think just in general, let's just simplify it and say they're just kind of beings of light. Right? And I think if you think about it on a bigger level, I think all of our souls are also beings of light, but we're inside of a body right now. So we're not really experiencing reality in that way. We're experiencing reality in a 3-dimensional form. We're stuck inside a body. When we try to manifest, it can take months, or it might never even work when you're trying to manifest. And you're experiencing emotion, pain, suffering, and things that you might not otherwise experience if you were just in your true soul form.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that this is all the stuff I believe or don't believe. This is just kind of like how the bigger community,
the general theory,
views on that kind of stuff.
So, if I love
that this became an interview.
Is that okay?
What are like those like nighttime talk shows like Bill Maher?
I know. And I'm like guys,
J. Ortmeyer.
It's 10:30 and I have questions about Zafir and crossing over to the other side.
In his new book, The Paranormal Experience. No.
I I wish I could keep a straight face and do bits. But when they hit good, it's like it's so funny.
I know.
Okay.
You have any other questions though?
You're talking about past live. What'd you call it?
Past life regression.
Regression.
So that's where you have to do a specific type of meditation, or you can put someone in a not trance. What's the word? Hypnosis. We hypnotize
Hypnosis.
them. My mom actually just got certified in hypnosis, which is super cool.
Like
she hasn't hypnotized
hypnotherapy kind of thing.
Yeah. She hasn't done it on me yet, but she just got certified to be like a hypnotherapist.
Could she do it on me?
I think she
How
can do
much
it on
is it?
anyone.
Does she need practice? Or-
I think she does need practice. I don't know. She just did a whole seminar on it and got all of her certifications.
Dude, I'm at a point in my life where I need something invigorating and exciting to relight the fire because I'm feeling like it's all just bullshit.
I think you need to log in, sir.
Like you're just
track your steps. There you go.
You just work and then you die.
Oh, I've been kind of having that realization that I'm like, we're about a quarter of the way through our life, maybe even a third of the way,
I'm almost 30, man.
And I feel like I haven't done a quarter of the shit that I wanted to do.
I hardly did anything. I've done a lot of amazing things. I'm grateful and humble, and I try to find gratitude in every little thing, but I'm like,
I'm realizing I think we just need
I want to start a family and be a successful fucking human being, and it's not going that way yet.
I'm thinking we just need to be happy at whatever we do. If that's being single or having a family, traveling the world, having a specific career, or just bartending or working at Best Buy, I think you just need to be fucking happy. And I'm like, why is it so hard to just be happy?
Best Buy is okay. The thing I like about it is that it's not food. I like being around. I like setting up 15 Pro Maxes and Samsung S23 Ultras and laptops.
Oh, speaking of which, we got a new toy to work with for future
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
He was mad at me earlier that I didn't put a screen protector on it yet, though.
Dude, do you have Apple Care Plus?
No.
Sorry, man. Just be careful. Apple Care Plus is like, most people think like, yeah, fucking, it's a ripoff, but
I was kind of thinking about doing the one where it also covers if it gets like stolen or
theft and loss. Yeah, they have the two options.
That seems kind of maybe
My
worth
biggest thing is a back glass or a front screen repair. If you don't have Apple Care Plus, they're fucking $200-300 to get a glass replacement.
And that's
Apple
more
Care
than
Plus,
the Apple Care Plus because I
it's
think
like
it's like
70 or $80.
I think it's like 150 or something.
150 for a back glass or front glass?
I'll tell you right now. Let me see. Well, no, just for the Apple Care Plus because I think it's.
Oh no, it should be like 180 around. Oh yeah, for a 2-year plan.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2 years,
I have 34 days to decide.
You do?
Yeah, I still have 34 days to decide.
I would consider it.
It's loading right now. Oh, here we go.
Come see me at Best Buy. We'll get you on a Zag lifetime warranty or screen protector.
What is that?
It's the brand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So you can either do it monthly or you just do it like outright. But if I did like the care and theft loss, it's like $269. If I just did the Apple Care Plus, it's $200.
$200.
That's why I didn't do it. Okay, yeah, because
that's why it makes more sense for you to get Best Buy Total membership because it's only $179.
Oh God, he's doing a promo right now. But that doesn't cover theft and loss. So like, still again,
no, we don't have that.
I kind of am thinking about just doing the theft and loss because I'm like, what if it did get stolen? Like I've never had my phone get stolen.
Some shit out in LA. I'm pretty good with my phone. I always have it with me. I always know where it's
again.
at.
I've never had it stolen. But I'm like,
but now that you've spent $1,000 on it, you're like, it better not get stolen.
Yeah, because I didn't buy it through AT&T. I bought it just like out of my pocket. Like, there's no coverage. It's gone. It's gone.
That's expensive, dude. So if weigh your options, at least get a screen protector. I'll put it on. I'll put it on for you. You can watch. I'll do it perfectly. It's the most satisfying.
I'm so bad at putting on screen protectors. I always get like little fucking bubbles in them.
Well, I charge $8. But for you,
he's like 16.
3. No, I'm just kidding. 16.
I'll do it for 20.
I'll do it for like $3.45.
There you go. $3.50.
Oh, we'll give you that GSP discount.
So, before I forget, close your eyes.
What'd you get?
I got a little something when I was on set for a show that we're going to talk about today. You can open.
Obliterated?
The obliterated hat.
Obliterated?
Now I can do my promo. You can watch Obliterated on Netflix, streaming now, all the first season.
We'll put up an ad.
for your viewing.
It's on what? Netflix?
Netflix, yeah.
Really?
I'll check it
Is
out.
it out already?
Oh, yeah. It's been out for a couple days. Saw a bunch of ads.
No
when I was out in
shit.
California.
I'm gonna go watch it and I'm gonna find you.
So, did you ever watch the show Archer?
Hey, it says Vegas.
It is. It's supposed to all be in Vegas.
Nice.
Although they shot like 75%.
I've seen a little bit of Archer,
in New
the
Mexico.
animated.
Yeah, so it's
FX?
like that. But live action. So think Archer, but like live action.
Oh, cool.
I never watched Archer though. That's just what everyone told me. So I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
okay. I watched
I
the first
watched a
2
tiny
episodes
bit.
though, and I saw myself because I did a little bit of photo
Let's
double
go.
work. They had like this actor that was missing when they were trying to do a reshoot, so I got to
Oh
be in there a
no,
little bit.
John, my brother fucked up the
Oh,
Roku.
he's probably
What
like,
happened?
what Roku is this? Oh, we lost it. Okay, we're gonna have to go. Was it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go there real quick.
You know what? Just put on Disney Plus. Okay, let's watch Santa Claus.
We could actually just have obliterated running in the background during the show. Let's just do that. Let's have obliterated running in the background during the show.
Oh, I think we're almost ready to wrap. No.
So, well, no, I want to talk about the show real quick. So, some of the behind the scenes on it. So, for instance,
Wait, you went to Netflix?
well, yeah, the Netflix studio, but even in the Netflix studio.
Yeah.
Well, what was your experience with it? What show did you do? No, you did that movie, right? The Jessica Alba one?
Trigger warning. I think that's the only project. I think all the other ones I did were Disney, HBO.
When I did Trigger Warning, I had to drive all the way out to Espanola. I'm like, I would have loved to go to the Netflix studio.
I did go to Santa Fe for Trigger warning.
What's on right now?
The first
Sheldon.
time.
I thought Young Sheldon was a Paramount Plus show. There she is.
Oh, right.
I'll just go on the first
Oh, are you on the?
Oh, yeah, that's me right there on the front. Yeah, I was standing in for that guy, Nick Zano, who was one of the main characters on Legend of Tomorrow, the DC show.
I never watched that.
And then they have...
I started watching the Flash movie. Is it good?
It's decent.
It's like a third of the way.
It's okay.
I like it so far.
They have another actress who was in Walking Dead. She played Princess. I don't know if you ever watched Walking Dead.
Yeah, well, like 4 or 5 seasons.
Her name, I think her name was Paula. And then they had
I don't know.
Terrence Terrell. He's the black guy. Fucking hilarious. And he was like the best guy to work with. He was so nice and sincere. He's the guy that was gonna come on the show. He literally said, like, I'll come on the show if you want me to. And he's like, he asked it this way. I said, would you be willing to come on my podcast? And he said, let me ask you this. Would it help you if I went on your show? And I said, absolutely. We'd probably get more views that way.
Who is it?
Terrence Terrell, he'll be coming up soon.
Yeah, anybody who has more followers than
Oh, yeah, no, he has a couple more than we do, especially with the show.
Yeah.
And then, the actress I think was in Teen Wolf. That's what someone was telling me. I never watched it, so I don't know. But the cast was really fun to work with, and honestly, just being on the show was a good time. The show has a vibe of like partying and just like fucking around.
Where was
That's
this
Terrence.
shot? Is it probably actually
a lot of this is at the Netflix studio or just at various places around New Mexico. This specifically, I think, was actually shot in Vegas. They shot a couple scenes in Vegas itself. So like this scene right here, I actually had no idea that it was going to be the opening for the scene because I was standing in for this guy up here in this shot. I thought they were installing the bomb because we shot this like one of the last things we did. So I'm thinking, oh God, like this is like the end. Like we're about to like blow up everything. But as you're going to see here in a couple minutes, they're actually just setting up something for the party. But they make it look like they're setting up like the bomb. Anyway, just being on a film is weird because you film everything out of order.
way out of
So
order,
like
yeah.
I filmed that like 2 months after the first episode. And I'm like, I just assumed that was like near the end, you know? So that's Tech Chick. Everyone kind of makes fun of her throughout the show, but you know, she's,
You're like, yeah,
she's fun.
fuck
She's
her.
doing her thing.
Fucked her.
No, it was fun though. It was a good time. I really liked working on Obliterated. And then
Yeah, that guy's dick. Fucked her.
well, that's the guy. That's the guy I'm standing in for, Nick.
Oh.
So Nick was an interesting guy. We didn't talk too much though, even though I was his stand-in.
That guy?
I talked to a lot of the other actors more. But I will say, okay, so Terrence, the black guy right there, super cool. I love Terrence. I think they were originally actually going to write him off the show.
Black
pretty
guys are
early
always
on.
cool as shit.
They were thinking about only having him on for like the first couple episodes, I think. But the writers loved his character portrayal so much that they wrote him into the rest of the show.
Well
And
done.
now they're filming the second season. So
Nice.
he's even on the second season.
He's all sitting over there.
Now, what I loved about working with Nick is every time he was going to do like a shirtless scene, he would like start working out right before he'd like get his pumps up.
Oh, that's totally
and then
normal.
I literally told him, I was like, so Schwarzenegger would kind of do like a thing where he'd like do it and then hold it and flex it. And that was supposed to like hold in the pump a little bit more since, you know, he did all of his
Yeah, you are
movie
supposed
acting
to
stuff.
flex, huh? At the
I
same
told him
time.
that. He was like, okay. He just kept doing
He's
his
like,
thing.
okay.
And I'm like, Nick, try it. Like, bro, I'm like, you're standing. Like, I'm trying to be your homie here. Come on, man. But Terrence was cool. He'd even have lunch with us. Like, at my last day on set before I left for Thailand, he actually, like, came over and sat with us for my last day. So it was just, I don't know, a really fun show to work on. I worked on, you know, a couple other shows. But, like, I don't know, being on other shows just didn't feel the same. Like, I didn't feel like I got as close with a lot of the other cast and the stand-ins and stuff.
Dude, I work with a guy. He's crew. He's
Oh, really?
done crew on a lot of shit. Multiple projects that we've done too.
Yeah.
And he wants to get into like cinematography, but he was out of work because of the strikes. So now he works at Best Buy. He fucking hates it. So all he does is talk shit about Best Buy. And
It happens.
wish to
yeah.
come back to set. But he's pretty cool. Shout out Shane. Fuck you too. Let's see. Yeah, we were talking about all film crew and set people. They're always like pretentious as fuck, right?
And they kind of treat you kind of mean.
I know.
sometimes. And less so the actors, more so the crew people.
Shane was in denial, and I'm like, bro,
No,
these motherfuckers are pricks.
They're mean.
He's like, yeah, but making movies it's because it's so cool. Who doesn't want to make a movie? And I'm like, most people.
You can make a movie and not be a dick, but also
you can make a movie. And
also
not be a
most people
fucking
don't
prick.
want to make a movie. Let's just be clear. As cool as it is to watch the movie, and you might fantasize about being like a famous actor, most people actually don't. Like they don't want to like make a movie.
Lots of other people make lots more money and are way more successful than whatever Hollywood can do, and you can be humble.
Yeah,
Be a.
I know. I don't know.
Jessica Alba was so pretentious,
My bad experiences usually just been with crew people.
and then I saw her on a
the
podcast. She was super nice, and I was like,
Oh, I bet.
no.
Like for me, my worst experience is usually like assistant directors. Usually, I don't talk to the directors. Like in a film setting,
Yeah.
you're not really going to talk to the director very much. So it's usually the assistant director. I'm like, why are you so mean?
Look, and I'm all about empathy. I put myself in those people's shoes, and I'm like, okay, this guy's stressed out. He's trying to make a name for himself. He's trying to make a come up.
oh, something.
Something or other. Everything's afoot.
Yeah.
Quit being a fucking dick.
Honestly, yeah. When I was working on Obliterated, it was the worst experience with an assistant director I've had thus far. Actually, the guy who was the assistant director for the first 2 episodes. After that, they switched off. They went back and forth. The guy who was the assistant director for the first 2 episodes got fired. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that, but he got fired because he was a dick.
For being a dick.
He was horrible. Well, he got fired, I think, for like sexual harassment. But we all wanted him fired. Like everyone was.
That's worse.
Everyone was trying to get him
That is
fired
dick elevated.
because he was just being a dick to everyone. And then that's finally what they were able to get him fired for, I think. I think they wanted to get him fired. It was just like,
Damn.
how do we do, because of the union and everything, like, how do we
Yeah.
justify firing him?
Oh.
But he was just so mean to everyone. I remember one day I had the second. So, you know, kind of like the assistant to the director,
Mm-hmm.
like the assistant director, up my ass because the assistant director was up his ass. And like honestly,
It's the change.
like I'm not even mad at him because like it was kind of my bad. Like I was a little bit late to set. I wanted to make sure I got food before I got on set. And honestly, I shouldn't have gotten food because I was already running late. I get that. I know I was being a little unprofessional, but also like, dude, I was 10 minutes late and I wanted to make sure I had food. Like otherwise I wouldn't have gotten food. I would have had to wait like 6 hours. So like, just can you be a little like empathetic? But I got it because it wasn't that he was mad. It was that the assistant director was like, why the fuck is the stand here?
Set's
Stand-ins
hard.
here.
They're
And
12,
it's your
14 hour
responsibility to
days.
make sure the stand-ins are here. So you need to talk to your PA and figure out where our stand-ins are. So I was like, I understood it. Like he was a little up my ass about it, but like, it is what it is.
We just gave up on the Firefly.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Okay.
They get it. The people get
They
it.
get it. They know.
The people.
It's an imaginary
people feel
fireplace.
us.
I don't even know where YouTube is. We lost YouTube.
Put on History
there we go.
Channel.
We're just trying to put it to sleep.
Sci-fi?
We tried to put everyone to
Dude,
sleep.
I haven't watched sci-fi in so long.
Oh, you know what? We're not going to talk about it this episode because I know we're already kind of like doing more or less of a catch up show. But I have some good history sci-fi shit coming for you.
I want it.
But okay,
I'm so excited. I want to do an 8-hour podcast right now.
I want to do an 8-hour. This is what happens when we don't podcast for like 2 months. We didn't even get to our Halloween episode. How do I go to like history? I want to just find the fireplace again and not have to search the robot.
Well, we did make a spooky movie. Go fucking watch it.
Yes, if you guys have not. Oh, there we go.
It's called Living with the Possessed Roommate. I'm the roommate. Spoiler alert.
There he is.
Freaking spits all over his shirt throughout the movie.
It was so fun. I loved it.
Oh,
how often do you get to just fucking be a possessed slob?
That was great. That was a lot of fun working on that. We shot all that in one day too.
Couple hours, dude. Knocked it out.
We got it done.
Yeah.
With someone who I'm pretty sure had COVID, but he filmed it. He got it done for us.
Shout out Jonathan. He's part of GSP. He's editing with us. He's gonna be a producer and editor. Better show up, boy.
Better show up, boy. Where you at? No, I know. He said he couldn't come today. I didn't tell him till last minute because I didn't know if we were podcasting.
Yeah, I know. We suck. I took a fat nap today.
Yeah, it's fine. So I did want to talk about in our Halloween episode that didn't happen. About the movie I told you to go watch. What is it? No One Will Save Us or No One Will Save You? The Hulu movie.
Oh, I did.
The Alien.
Yeah.
What I wanted to talk about on that one was how incredible it was that there was no dialogue. That they made an entire like hour and a half, 2 hour movie
and no leading up and set up. It was like 3 minutes in.
Oh, I know. Aliens. But it didn't feel like too much. That's one thing I had a problem with Obliterated is it felt like so much all at once. Like it's like we're introducing all these characters and there's a bomb and they're like defusing it and they're getting everyone and then they're gonna go party and then we're like, oh, the bomb didn't get destroyed. And it's like on and on and on and on and on. I was like, whoa. So the first 2 episodes, I was like, dude, you need to chill out. Like I'm just trying to catch up and I worked on this movie. Like I'm familiar with it and this feels like a lot.
I get jaded by the generic film, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and the climax, resolution, character arc. I'm like, I know you have to include all those things, but when it gets creative and you can like expedite the process.
I was gonna say you still get that, and No One Will Save You.
I know, but it was like expedited, and I was like, yes.
But what's great is I feel like you almost know what they're saying at certain points. Like she goes to the police station and she's about to say something after the woman like spits on her face, and then she doesn't say anything. And you understand that she like killed her sister without having any dialogue to explain that she killed her sister. Yeah. Like you understand everything that's going on in that movie through facial expression when they almost. But I think it's
through props and set. Wasn't there? There's photos,
and visuals, and
there's photos in the house of her and the sister.
They do little.
You have to pay attention, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the story will be told to you.
Oh, and I thought it was interesting. Like what house is she living in that has like a dial phone? Like she's calling 911. Like she literally has to dial it, and I'm like,
oh yeah, the premise of the.
Because then I was like, why don't you have a cell phone?
I forgot.
And then I was like, oh, maybe we're like in the 90s, right? I'm thinking maybe this is set back in time, and then they're driving cars, and I'm like, that's at least like early 2000s. Like you are at least early 2000s, if not modern day. So why do you not have like a cell phone? Why are you still using a dial phone? That's weird. Not even a landline, a dial. Like that's weird.
There's that, and then there was a couple things that the aliens did. Like there was a lot of, like like you'd expect one thing, and then they were like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
And then they would come back and do it again, and you're like, okay.
When
like with the tractor beam thing.
Yeah.
They went off like 20 times. You know what I mean?
Or like I thought it was funny when the aliens pulling her up and she accidentally stabs it in the head.
Like, okay.
I was like, what the fuck? But then you had the other one, like she's like sneaking up and she's gonna jump him, and he just like doesn't even look, and he just like flings her back through the wall. Right. And I was like, whoa, shit.
That I believe.
Yeah, that was kind of cool too. Huh? And then they made her little clone and everything, and her clone's like, "Hi, I'm gonna stab you now."
Dude, I've been watching some crazy shit lately. I'm like, okay, let me get into it. Have you seen Loki?
I saw season 1. I didn't see season 2.
You son of.
And I know
a
season 2's kind of setting up. Was it phase 5 for Marvel? Whatever phase they're going into.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. So,
I did watch the Marvels when I was out in California.
I haven't seen that. I heard it was okay.
Well, it's a kind of a continuation of obviously Captain Marvel, and then they had Secret Invasion, so it's sort of a continuation of that. And then they have one of the actresses.
They talked about the Secret Invasion
from Miss Marvel, the like younger,
the new girl,
Latina,
Kamala.
Yeah. I hadn't seen the show. My sister had, so I knew who she was.
I think I saw the show,
but I didn't know anything about her. And honestly, I will say my girlfriend hadn't watched Captain Marvel, Secret Invasion, Miss Marvel, any of it. She just watched like Avengers basically, and maybe some of the Infinity Wars and stuff. But she was able to follow it.
She followed everything.
Knew what was going on more or less.
I like that.
Don't feel like you need to watch Secret Invasion, but yes, it talks about the Skrulls. The Skrulls. I mean,
aren't they in the Saber space station for parts?
It is there as well. Yeah.
I want to see that.
Actually, I think
I hate when they
there's like an
talk
attack
about
on
shit.
it. Yeah. And then what's so funny is I forget the cat species that Captain Marvel has.
The Flurkin.
But they have to evacuate everyone out. So they're like, and there's a scene they're eating everyone.
It's a Flurkin.
With the Flurkin.
Yeah.
They literally are trying to like get the cats to eat everyone. And they're like, okay, everyone, don't be scared. The cats are just going to eat you so we can transport you.
That's what took out Nick Fury's eye.
Was it?
It was a Flurkin.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, so everyone's getting eaten. And you have one woman who's like running for dear life so she doesn't get eaten. And
she's hiding. Flurkin on the spear.
She's like hiding. And then she like hears meow. And there's like the cat right there. And she's like, no. And she gets eaten. And then they're trying to herd all the cats into the spaceship. And then like as they're like about to land, like suddenly you have one of the cats like throw up a person. And then all of a sudden they're all throwing up people. And there's not enough room. So they're like, hey, we gotta land.
Dude, this makes so much more sense because on the sphere, there was a Marvel's ad, and it was a kitty. Flurkin. And then, but at first I saw it from the backside of the sphere, and it was tentacles everywhere.
Oh.
And we were like, whoa, it's an octopus.
It's an octopus.
And then we get to the front.
Now you realize it's a Flurkin.
Like, it's a Flurkin. That was pretty sick.
Yeah. So it was a funny movie. It was actually really good.
I'll go watch that tonight.
Yeah. Because they have both of them, and then there's I don't remember her name, but it's the actress who was in Captain Marvel, or not the same actress, but the character. What was the little girl in that one? If you remember the Captain Marvel movie,
yeah,
because it's that one like the 90s or something. Anyway, it's the little girl. I think it's like I don't want to say the daughter of Fury, but kind of like Fury helps take care of her. I want to say I'm really bad at like Marvel and their relations and stuff like that. But whatever it is, it's like Fury's like niece or something like that, I think, and starts becoming like her own superhero. So you have Captain Marvel's superpowers, and then Miss Marvel, if you haven't seen the show, she can like turn light into like a physical object. So think like Green Lantern, sort of, kind of. Mm-hmm. It's less like shooting out stuff and more like I'm going to make a pole, or I'm going to have a platform to run on and stuff like that. Or I can make like a slide. Whereas this other one can like fly and kind of go through things because she can kind of turn into like light energy, and she can see the whole spectrum of light. Whatever
the new one,
whatever that means. No, the new one, the black actress.
Oh, from WandaVision?
Is that where she's from? I don't remember her.
Black girl?
Yeah.
Fucking not Rhodes. Captain Phasma. No, that's from Star Wars.
She is a captain though. She's a captain in the U.S. I think Air Force or something like that. Because her mom was friends with Captain Marvel, and then her mom dies. So this is the daughter of that woman.
Yeah, she was in Captain Marvel, and she got her powers in WandaVision.
Oh, I just don't remember that, I guess.
She walked through the barrier that was separating the town in WandaVision.
Yeah.
And that's what gave her powers.
Oh, yeah. So in the movie, now you're seeing what her powers are.
Captain something. Photon?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I'm ruining her name. I feel bad.
I know Kamala was trying to come up with names for her, and one of the names was like Professor Marvel or something like that. And I was like, I love that. Names? Let's go with like Professor
Marvel.
No, so it was a fun little thing. I liked it. We also saw Thanksgiving.
See, a lot of people don't like Quantumania, but I liked Quantumania.
Really?
So I'm like, I probably like the Marvels.
I think you would.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun
because I'll steer away from mainstream, and I'll like a lot of stuff.
So my girlfriend didn't want to watch that movie because she hadn't seen the other ones.
Right.
And I was like, well, we should watch a movie to be fun.
But I wanna
So
watch
she
it.
made me go watch the first movie. We saw 2 movies when I was out there. The first one we saw was Thanksgiving because it was the day after Thanksgiving. You know, it was Black Friday. And actually, the movie is more about Black Friday. I think it was released internationally as Black Friday.
Oh, really?
So it makes sense, though, because the whole premise of the movie is that like they're having the Black Friday sale on Thursday, like the night of, and basically this whole crowd gets so freaking like hyped and crazy about getting these deals that they like kill people to get in. Like they're running over employees.
Speaking
like
of Black Friday,
they're like literally attacking the like local sheriff, like attacking everyone to get in, and then like someone's trying to get revenge. Like who is it? Because all of a sudden all these people are getting murdered who they know were involved. Everyone got let out. That's the thing.
What the fuck?
Like everyone got let out and the footage went missing. But as it turns out, the footage was actually still there. The owner of the store just like deleted it all. So anyway, the sheriff gets a hold of it and he starts going on a murder rampage, but no one realizes it's the sheriff until the very end. And the whole time he's wearing like a pilgrim mask because it was like the pilgrim who founded the town or whatever. So
damn,
it's an interesting movie, but I was also like, this is a horrible movie. Like it's not well written.
Dude, I have had Black Friday in the back of my mind for months, weeks, like the whole month.
I just wanted to get a new Xbox, and they didn't even go on sale.
No, nothing did.
No,
hardly.
I know.
Headphones did, and TVs. That's it.
Yeah, my parents got a new TV.
Anyway, dude, yeah, Black Friday at Best Buy was like the holy grail. It was like everything is leading to this day, and it was like mediocre.
And it's like climactic.
And I worked like almost a 12-hour fucking day that day. It was ridiculous.
Dang. Oh, you know, I used to always hate Black Friday at Starbucks. It was such a horrible day, and it was like we don't even have sales.
Working on
why are we
working on that
busy?
time of year?
Like I remember I was working a Black Friday, and I still lived in Santa Fe, and it was a drive-through only. I literally like didn't even take a 10. I was supposed to get a 30 and a 10. I took a 5. I didn't take my 30.
That's me at Best Buy.
I didn't get like a full 10.
I take a 15.
So I took like a 5,
and
I deadass just wanted to eat. Like it was more about just letting me eat. And one of the a customer went to the walk up because it was technically the drive through, but there was also a walk up, just not an actual cafe.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy does the walk up, and he's annoyed that like no one's helping him. Like he's been there for like a minute or whatever, and he's like, God, like they're supposed to be so they don't care about the customers or anything like that. And then I literally, because he's just fucking annoyed me so much, I wasn't even done with my food. I went over as I'm still eating and took his order. And then I went back out and sat back down. He was like, oh, you don't have to do that. And he was like, no, apparently the employees don't care about you. So I got you. Don't worry about it. And I was like, it's really busy though. It's about a 30-minute wait in the drive-thru right now. Because I was like, and as I pointed, I was like, I'm assuming that's why you walked up. We have a line out through the street, onto the street. Like around our drive-thru out onto the street. And I was like, there's only 4 of us. And I was like, we're doing the best that we can.
Don't even get me started. Dude, we can go down this road all motherfucking day. Stories from the trenches, from the front lines of Starbucks.
The Star Wars.
the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Anyway. Glad we don't do that
anymore,
of $2.
Right?
I'm glad we got out, man.
Yeah. I kept telling you for a long time it was time.
When we started this podcast, you had just quit.
I had just quit.
And then I lied to the audience and said I quit.
You made it clickbaity, and then you finally did it. I know.
And I finally did. I'm glad I did. Nothing against Starbucks, I guess, but
Starbucks is great. My girlfriend works at Starbucks.
Do it for a couple years, and then you're gonna get burnt out, and you're ready for something new.
Yeah,
you know.
Don't get stuck.
Don't be a shift.
Absolutely.
Unless you're like gung ho. You fucking love Starbucks.
Yeah,
okay?
Well, in that case, I feel like you're doing it more as a career. Like, if you want to become a manager, it would make sense. You're trying to work your way up.
I will say it did help me in my job endeavors afterwards. Being a shift was like a fast track college course of like me learning so much.
Oh,
I learned a lot being a shift.
You know what?
Where now I'm
because I never did it, and then I became assistant manager at the bar. I was like, I don't know how to do any of this
assistant
stuff.
Manager, that could still be above anything I have to do as a shift.
No, that's the thing, though. I don't think it is, because to be honest, it's more or less the same thing. I still have to like serve all the customers all the same. I don't have to make the schedule or anything.
Well, no, it's like orders. Weird shit like leadership, how to deal with people's your employees' problems.
Oh, it was so hard. I literally
You know?
I had to deal with one employee who literally was having like a smell problem. And I was like,
See,
I
how
don't
do
want
you-
to address this.
How do you talk
This
to
smells
them
like
about that?
This
It's
smells like
so
an HR
hard.
problem. Like, how do I like talk to an employee?
No, they're gonna
that
make a
literally-
shift supervisor do it, or an ASM.
Yeah, so
And you have to
I passed it on to
politely-
my manager. My manager had to go to like our equivalent of HR because we're a small business. We don't really have an HR, but like our equivalent.
I would
of an
spend time, craft a conversation in your head of like,
because it wasn't just like
Get to know this
he kind of
person.
smells a little, or every now and then. It was literally like
consistent.
it was like customers were complaining.
Ooh.
Like you could smell it from across the bar. It was bad. And I'm like, I just don't know how to deal with this kind of stuff. And I had another person I still work with. He's in the process of leaving right now. And I love him much more as a fellow bartender now that I'm not his boss. But when I was the assistant manager, he pissed me off because he just constantly just undermining. And I was like, dude, I just need you to just like do the things that I say. He would always clock in like an hour early. And I wouldn't care in the sense of him getting extra hours, but we split all of our tips. So that means that's an hour that we're both on the floor when we didn't need that extra employee. And I'm giving you half of my money for that hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, you need to stop. So I tried to make a deal with him. Like, you can come in like a half hour early, but stop coming in an hour early.
No, who
And, like-
comes in an hour early unless
And he
you
kept
have, like, the
doing
hookup?
it, and he kept doing it. And I finally got to the point I was like, you can work, but I'm clocking you out and you're working for free right now. So you either sit down for a half hour or you continue to work, but you're not getting paid. I was like, I'll let you get paid server's wage because we get like $6.60 an hour or whatever. I was like, but I'm not putting you in the tip pool. Like, you're not going to be on there for this first
That's
half
a
hour.
compromise.
And then he like literally was like, no. And I was like, okay, well, I'm clocking you out. And he's like, I'll clock back in. And I was like, you know what? Go home then. And he was like, you need me tonight. And I was like, I'll work by myself. I'd rather drown working by
No,
myself than have to deal with someone who's being a prick. So I was like, feel free to leave.
What I've
And
learned
after that, he didn't clock in an hour early anymore.
You have to set boundaries. You have to be firm. And then usually there's labor and hour. Like, I only have so many labor hours to give. You can't just come in early. Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I know. I tried to do that at Starbucks for a while, but I wasn't even that bad. I was coming in like 15 minutes early. And then I had a shift to be like, Aris, you got to stop coming at 15 minutes early. Because I did it like every day for like a whole 2 weeks. And she was like, Aris, you can't keep doing
Man,
that.
I do that shit sometimes. I'll stay. Well, usually I'm tied up with a customer interaction. I've stayed an hour late at Best Buy.
Dang. Yeah.
And it's like, I was fucking busy. It's not that I wanted to go at 4:30, trust me. But I was there
But
till
here we
5:30.
Yeah. Fair enough.
You know?
Well,
dude.
anything else for this episode then?
You work and you die.
You work and you die.
Subscribe to GSP.
Oh, did you watch the Mario movie?
No, I
just finally watched it last night.
Is it good?
My girlfriend made me watch it.
It's good,
And I
huh?
was like, I don't know, watch it. But there's like this little star character who's trapped throughout the whole movie in Bowser's like cage thing that's like over lava.
Isn't Bowser Jack Black?
Yes.
Is it
My
good?
girlfriend didn't figure that out. They had Seth Rogen, Jack Black, a couple
Hella
other big
people,
names,
right?
and she didn't recognize any of these people. I was like, you like animated shows, you like voice actors. How do you not recognize these people?
Yeah.
Because like Jack Black was doing an accent, or not an accent, I don't know, like a
I'm
voice.
obsessed with Jack Black.
And I actually didn't realize it was him at first until he started singing. And I was like, is that Tenacious D? I was like, that's Tenacious D.
Like, yo.
And then she didn't know who Tenacious D was. I was like, Jack
Oh my
fucking
God.
Black? You don't know Tenacious D?
The fucking pick of destiny. Are you kidding me?
I can breathe, I go in, and then you don't stop. Then you go outside, you keep singing, okay, singing, you breathe, you singing. Like you made a whole song about singing like as you're breathing in, and I'm like, what a fucking weirdo.
He's crazy talented.
I love that man.
Shout out Nacho Libre. I've seen that movie 1,000 times.
Oh.
1,000 times.
What is the thing you and Alyssa always say? Give me some of that cheese or something? What do you guys always say? You guys always say it. Look, what's wrong with you guys?
Send me a piece of that corn.
Oh, is that what it is? See, I don't even know the line.
Send me a piece of that corn for later.
Why did that start? Explain to me why you guys started doing that.
Because of Nacho Libre.
You just watched the movie and now it's just like a weird joke between you guys?
Dude, we have so
you guys
many-
just say it all the time. And
All
I
the
know
time.
it's from that, but I'm like, what is wrong with you two?
It's the first wrestling match they have. And he's all being cocky. His homeboy's getting his ass whooped in the ring and he's facing the other way and he's all looking at the audience like, hey, send me a piece of that corn. Send me a piece of that corn for later. And then he gets tagged in and dude, it's the best movie of all time. I can tell you,
God.
the whole movie, word for word, like everything that happens.
Oh God, yeah.
It's bad. That's
Is that
why-
a Universal movie?
Ooh, Nickelodeon and I don't know.
I don't know. We need a producer to look it up. I asked though because when I went to Universal Studios, I went on that little like back studio lot,
Mhm.
and part of the tour looked just like that like village that he's in Nacho Libre. But also,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be generic here when I say this. Maybe I'm being like that stereotypical white person. That I'm like,
think
it
they
looks like
filmed it-
a
I've looked
generic
it up. I've gone
Mexican village, but it looked a lot like it. So I'm wondering if they use that for filming.
I've been on
Sometimes
the IMDb for
you don't
Nacho
have
Libre.
to be like a Universal movie to film on their back lot. Like they'll film stuff there
Sure.
that is a different production.
If
So
you
I'm
got
wondering
money,
if maybe they rented it from them. I don't
you can
know.
rent out anything. Yeah, I think they did parts of it in Hollywood, like a lot of the ring wrestling shots.
Yeah.
But most of it was filmed in
Mexico?
Oaxaca. Yeah,
Really? I didn't know that.
Mhm.
That's
because the
cool.
church, it's like you could tell it's like green pastures with like rural little village type houses. And like
Yeah. So it's not just
a
like
super old Spanish church.
they didn't just like kind of
And
fill
then the
that
town,
in.
you could tell like the brick is like falling apart. It's like a really old Mexican
Wow.
town.
That's pretty cool.
I love that fucking movie.
Okay. So
Get out of here.
anything for next time?
Next
I don't know if we have anything
episode.
planned specifically. I have a bunch of notes though, stuff I
Really?
want to go over, but we'll go over it next episode.
We need to scour the internet and the YouTube, see what's going down in the zeitgeist
Yeah. Okay.
in the current times.
Yeah. We
In
might
the,
potentially have a change up on the set coming soon.
Yeah,
I heard
I
Tell
wanna-
the Curtain maybe coming in or something.
I just copy everybody else that I see.
He really does. I know. It's okay.
I see somebody change their podcast set, and I'm like,
I like that we switch it up though.
you know what?
Honestly,
I like what they did there.
I'm not gonna complain about that.
I like everything we have. I'm super grateful. But you know me, I want it to be easier, simpler. I want us to just show up, record.
Well, now this is a little bit easier. with the
This is
workflow.
nice what we have going on, but for other projects, so we can have a guest wall and like another wall where we can film
Yeah.
shorts and stuff. We should do a nice.
I
curtain.
think it'd be good if we just did another short film, at least before I leave for California, because now we have Jonathan to work with us, and I have a couple friends that have voiced interest
in acting.
in either filming, acting.
I have a couple friends that could help as well. So if we need crew, anything, I
Yeah.
think we got it covered.
I think that'd be good. We should come
Shane,
up with a
shout
script.
out Shane. He's like a cinematographer.
Sweet, yeah.
He'll probably help out with a lot.
Okay, well, I think that's
I
it
hope he's
for
not another-
tonight on the Jay Ortmeyer Show, featuring Aris Zaffer.
No, this is fucking GSP tonight.